Hey everyone, not too long until the Tokyo Grand Slam, and Japan, they've got eight competitors at under 60 and under 66, 4 in each category. So we'll go through, have a look at them. Some popular names, famous people, and also some new guys coming up, so we'll have a look at them as well. So unless you're new to Judo, Takato now, he's a world champion, Olympic champion at the recent Olympics. He'll be competing. Recently took gold at the World Championships, and he hasn't lost since the World Championships in 2019, so that's quite a long time without a loss to his name. So he will definitely probably be the favorite at under 60. Next up is Nagayama, and Nagayama, I mean, he's kind of living in the shadow of Takato at this moment. Really incredible judoka, but there's something about his techniques where, you know, he likes to well, he doesn't like to do it, but he overthrows people, ends up getting a lot of wazaris when, you know, he's got these big powerful throws. But I mean, he's been doing pretty good as well recently. So Asian Championships, he got through that. He had some really interesting matches in the Asian Championships team event where he ended up facing some guys much bigger than him in the weight class. So I've got a video on that. Go check it out, the Asian teams, how Japan did there. It's really cool to see Nagayama fight bigger guys. But similar to Takato, really good record. He won't be the favorite because I think Takato just a notch above him. But even still, Nagayama's record, pretty damn good as well. Only lost once since 2019, and that was to Husseinov from Azerbaijan. And I mean, these results, international stage, not counting the domestic stuff, he's had some few bad results domestically, which I don't know, might be reflecting against him. But for the meantime, he's still the number 2 for Japan, and I would not be surprised to see him versus Takato in the finals. Right, so next up, Koga Genki, and we've seen Koga Genki on the international scene a little bit, but his results not as good as Nagayama or Takato. Losing, I would say, somewhat frequently for someone. You know, the Japanese lightweights are meant to be pretty unstoppable. It's definitely their division. But within Japan, I mean, there was this win over Takato. He got this win at the selection tournament they have. So that was a really good win for him. And then also he got pretty high. Didn't win the Kodokan Cup, but he got pretty high up in that tournament as well, taking 2nd place. So Koga, I'm not too sure. I think he's still learning how to deal with a lot of foreign bodies, but within Japan, he's definitely top notch. Alright, next is Kondo Hayato. He's at Kokushikan University, still really young. I think he's a double champion at the high school tournaments here in Japan, but his results are pretty incredible domestically. He's taken the Kodokan Cup just recently, took out Koga. But on the international scene, if you're only watching the international scene, you've probably only seen him a couple of times. He was at the Asian Championships in 2019 and Baku Grand Slam in 2021. And I mean, he made it to the semi-final and then took bronze, but since then, he hasn't competed. But I mean, winning the Kodokan Cup, taking out Koga Genki, I mean, that's earned his spot at the Tokyo Grand Slam. Right, next let's move on to the under 66 category, and obviously the two out of the 4 in here, some of the most famous, popular judoka in the world. There's Maruyama, of course, lightning fast, Uchimata, just some of the most spectacular throwing ability on the game. And then there's also Abe Hifumi. He's kind of, I mean, they're definitely rivals, but I think Abe's finally got Maruyama's number. I think he knows how to, you know, bully him around, win the Shido battle, maybe get a score here or there, but I think he knows how to deal with that battle. So yeah, both guys pretty incredible records, only really losing to each other in recent years, but in the recent World Championships, in the final, Abe versus Maruyama, Abe wins that one. So, I mean, it's hard to talk about, to be honest, because it's just kind of disappointing. 2 great guys, but this tournament, I'm happy because a lot of tournaments, you know, the Olympics, they can only send 1, but here at the Tokyo Grand Slam, they can send 4. So it's nice, you know, they're giving guys who deserve a chance to be able to compete, and we're going to be rewarded for it, right? We're going to see both of these incredibly high-level guys compete on the same day, on the same tatami, and it'll be great. So there's those two big names, but the other two, not so big. I mean, okay, the next one, Tanaka Ryoma. I mean, we've seen him quite a bit on the international scene. I think he's slowly starting to kind of make a name for himself, but I think he does get bullied around a little bit. Vieru, there's a good match. Him versus Vieru was at the Grand Slam in, how do you say it? Tbilisi in Georgia. Losing out to Vieru there. But I don't know, just like Kondo, he's kind of finding his footing, finding, you know, his place on the international scene. So we'll see how he does, but not an incredible record like Maruyama or Abe. After Tanaka, the last guy for Japan is Takeoka Takeshi, and you probably haven't heard of him. He has only competed on the World Championships, the world scene once. He went to the World Championships in 2019, and I think this was a junior event, but we haven't seen much of him on the international scene, that's for sure. So he's here at Park 24, which is the car rental place, times 24 here in Japan. So he's with Abe, he's with Hashimoto at that company training, so he gets good level training in, and basically a full-time athlete. So we'll see how he does. His recent performance at the Kodokan Cup, very, very impressive. Took out lots of guys in pretty incredible fashion. He's got an interesting style, lots of kind of sacrificial techniques, you know, sumigaishi, tomoe nage, looks for kind of uranage. Is uranage considered a sacrifice thrower? I think it is. And looks for the newaza a lot too, so really kind of fluid judo. Looks to, you know, put lots of combinations together, includes the newaza, which is great as well. Kind of a bit of a contrast to Maruyama, Abe, and Tanaka, I think. I think those guys are kind of one-hit wonders. They look for the big throw and go, but Takeoka, kind of a different style, and should be interesting to see what he does. So that's it, guys. That's the eight judoka at under 60 and under 66. What do you think? I definitely think the favorites are probably the favorites for a reason, and most likely they will win. And I definitely think in these categories, I'll do videos on it later, but for these lightweight categories with so many Japanese judoka, there's probably most likely going to be a Japanese judoka getting gold. Even gold and silver probably. So I'll do some prediction videos later, but at the moment just focusing on the teams, the Japan team. And yeah, leave your comments below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.